Today, let's talk about depression and anxiety. Depression and anxiety are frames of mind that come to a person and brings negative feelings. Depression has to do with the negative past that manifests itself in the mind and makes the person to feel bad. And anxiety is the worry about the future. There are a lot of people out there going through deep depressions and anxieties every day. And what I want you to know is that you are not in it alone. Because the rest of the people that you see happy out there are going through or have gone through their fair share of depression and anxiety. So it's normal to be depressed. It's normal to be anxious. It's part of life. The fact that we become depressed and anxious doesn't define us. What actually defines us is what we allow the depression and anxiety to do to us, or it's what we do with the anxiety and the depression. And it will baffle you to know that even our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam went through his fair share of depression during the early stage of prophethood, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala suspended the revelation for certain time for reasons better known to himself. The prophet got so much depressed and anxious, and he was the best of all creations to have ever stepped on the face of the earth. And we are not even an inch closer to what he was. Yet, he went through his fair share of depression and anxiety. So what makes you think that you cannot go through depression? So it's normal being depressed. What is not normal is allowing the depression to destroy you. It's allowing yourself to get discouraged due to the depression. These depressions and anxieties are tests from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As it says in the Quran, أَحْسِبَ النَّاسُ أَن يُتْرَكُوا أَن يَقُولُوا آمَنَّا وَهُمْ لَا يُفْتَنُونَ. He said, do you people think that you will be left alone by Allah, that Allah is not going to try you because you say, I believe in Allah? لقد فتنا الذين من قبلهم فليعلمن الله الذين صدقوا وليعلمن الكاذبين. Allah have tried those before us so that He could know those that are truthful in their belief and those that are not truthful. And Allah can choose to try different people in different ways. Alright, so being depressed and being anxious is one of the ways that Allah chooses to try some people. You have no control over these, so you have to remain steadfast and consider the depression and anxiety as a test from Allah and not as a definition of how your story ends. Because Allah revealed Surah Al-Duha in the case of the Prophet ﷺ when he was depressed. He said, مَا وَدَّعَكَ رَبُّكَ وَمَا قَلَى. He said, Muhammad, your Lord has not forsaken you. He has not neglected you. So the same can be said in your case. The same can be said regard to your story. You may be going through a tough time right now. You may be depressed due to your financial situation. You may be depressed due to your family situation. You may be depressed due to your educational situation. You may be anxious about the future. And whatever your case is, know that مَا وَدَّعَكَ رَبُّكَ وَمَا قَلَى. Allah has not forsaken you. Allah has not neglected you. وَلَسَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرْضَى. Allah shall give you something better tomorrow that you'll be pleased with. So do not think this is the end of your story, but this is just the beginning. It's a phase that you must pass through strongly. So in conclusion, whenever we go through depressions, wallahi, we need help, we need therapies, we need counseling and all of those stuff. They are very important. But one thing we can do is to make this very unique and profound dua that the Prophet ﷺ made. He said that this dua, anybody going through depression and anxiety makes this dua, Wallahi, Allah shall get rid of your depression and anxiety. And this is the dua. Try your best to memorize it. Allahumma inni abduka wabnu abdika wabnu ammatika nasiyati biyadik madin fiyya hukmuk adilun fiyya qada'uk as'aluka bikulli ismin huwa lak sammayta bihi nafsak aw anzaltahu fi kitabik aw 'allamtahu ahadan min khalqik aw ista'tharta bihi fi 'ilmi al-ghayb 'indak an taj'ala al-Qur'ana rabi'a qalbi wa nura sadri wa jala'a hazani wa dhahaba hammi. Subhanallah. You know, the dua begins with praising Allah, submitting yourself as a nobody to Allah, as a servant to Allah, and then praising Allah with His beautiful name, and then saying, "Oh Allah, make the Quran the life refreshment of my heart. Oh Allah, make the Quran the life refreshment of my heart and the light of my breast." Subhanallah. And the alleviator of my sorrow and the release of my grief. Subhanallah. Whenever you recite this dua, according to the Prophet ﷺ, whatever anxiety or depression you may be going through, Allah will get rid of it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.